Hello all. I'll talk to you about my knee injury while playing soccer. But first, I want to tell you all about my background of playing soccer. It was actually my uncle that introduced me to soccer, and he taught me how to kick the ball. After a lot of hours, days, weeks, and months, I could kick the ball over our house. I was so proud of myself for doing that, and that turned out to be one of the biggest interests of my life. When I was around 5, I started playing for a team in Sweden, and from there on, I just kept playing. So, what happened and when did it happen? Well, it was our first game with the school, just a regular scrimmage game, 4 years ago. Well, I was 17, and we arrived really late to the game, so we didn't have time for a proper warm up. And 10 to 15 minutes into the game, it happens. I tore my ACL, injured my meniscus, and I almost tore the medial collateral ligament, which is right here on the side, as you can see, right here. And that was a very bad day for me. And my mom and dad came with me to the hospital. They wanted to make sure that it really was a serious injury. And what they do is to check. They use a needle to see if there's potential blood in the knee, and if there's only fluids in the knee, the injury is not a major one. But anyhow, the needle was a nightmare for me. It was really painful. Imagine getting a size like this big into your knee. And well, the reason why my mom and dad came was to support me, but my mom's support wasn't that good, to be honest. When they injected the needle in my knee, my mom started to get pale, and she was about to faint. And the nurse saw that, and the nurse asked her if she was doing okay. And I think it's good if you take a seat, ma'am, because so we don't get another patient. That wouldn't be good. Eventually, they found blood in my knee, and the truth had come. A major knee injury. The journey on the crutches began. I think I was walking with crutches for around 3 months or even more. And a couple of weeks after the injury, I went to an x-ray to really see what the injury was. And like I said before, it was the ACL meniscus and the medial collateral ligament. This was probably the worst information I've ever gotten in my life. The days after that were not a good experience for me. I got very depressed and I didn't have a lot of energy. My mom helped me with everything and was a really good support. After about 2 months after I got injured, I got surgery the 10th of May. During those 2 months, I had to rehabilitate my knee, so my MCL, the medial collateral ligament, was in better shape, and also considering that my ACL was going to come from my hamstring from the same leg, just under the leg. And the surgery was done, and I felt a bit more relieved, or one step closer to in my journey. Although while I was resting my leg, I felt that everything was not according to plan. I felt constant pain. Something was wrong. One night, I could not sleep because of the pain. I actually started crying. Can you believe that? Like, me starting crying? Me and my mom decided to go to the hospital and and to the emergency room. There was a lot of waiting that night, and eventually I got some morphine tablets, which calmed me down and my pain went away. They took some samples of my blood, and it turned out that I have gotten an infection in my knee. The infection is called staph infection, and I probably got it from the dust from the lamp that was above us during surgery. That's just a pure guess, but that's a really good guess. This led to me being in the hospital for about 2 weeks just to rest and get rid of the infection. I had to flush out my knee 3 times, meaning that I had surgery 3 more times in around 10 days. I got really used to the morphine that they used, so on the last surgery, I was really flying high along the clouds. Like, I was really in my mood. The staph infection finally went away. I was so happy. I could finally start doing rehab. The rehab is definitely the longest part. It took me around 9 months of rehabilitation to start playing again. I started to go to a personal trainer, and the process was really tough in the beginning, and I couldn't find my muscles around my knee. One time, or in fact several times, I was laying on the trainer table screaming because it was so painful. My trainer asked me if I was doing it all right, and I said, "What do you think?" I got really mad. That's how it is. You get frustrated. Eventually, things got better, and I kept my head and body strong. Doing rehab every day for 9 months gave me a strong knee and a strong mind. Many people cheat while doing this kind of rehab because they get bored, but I stayed focused and motivated in some way. A lot of my motivation came from my mom and dad. Uh, that was a really good support source for me during this whole time. My rehabilitation was really successful, and my result was the best result my personal trainer have ever had. I was jumping the highest and the longest, using the most weight, and so on. This journey made me strong mentally. It made me realize that injuries can make you stronger than before. It changed my way of thinking and that everything is possible. Today my knee is feeling great and I can still play the sport that I love. Thank you.